Hey guys, welcome Gaming back, bringing you another video today for our weapon blueprint series, and today we're going to be covering the Cold Forge blueprint for the M13 assault rifle or the MCX SIG Virtus. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to show you how to build this out of the base M13. Now, to be upfront with you, I did not purchase this one, but I am going to show you how to build it out of the base M13 and how it handles in game, as well as go over the differences for this and the 357 Magnum with snake shot that comes with the weapon. That way, if you don't have this attachments unlocked for the M13, you'll be able to decide whether or not the blueprint is worth the money for the attachment. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here you see the final design. So this is basically the same design as the base M13 we have, just with a more of a cold forged steel finish to the weapon as part of a camo. Those are really the only major differences that we'll see when we jump into the base M13 that we're going to build this with. The keynotes here are the magazine is different. It comes with 300 blackout rounds, so we have a different magazine here, all black magazine with black tape instead of red. We also have the Union Jack visible on the weapon, as well as some other symbols and writing as well. No major cosmetic changes to the weapon. Aesthetically and cosmetically, it is still the exact same as the base M13, just with some different writing. You have a Union Jack here and a minor change to the magazine as well. Now, backing out, that also comes with this bundle in the British metal for 1,000 COD points. You get the steel nerve handgun for the 357. So this comes with the 5 milliwatt laser. The trigger action is a lightweight trigger, as well as the snake shot ammunition. So you can see this is actually a pretty neat looking camo on this one. It has the red grip on the base of the pistol, as well as you see the Union Jack repeated there as well, and some different symbols alongside that. Then you have the English breakfast keychain charm here for the basically just tea bags, diplomacy key card, and the honor bound emblem that comes with this. So again, 1,000 COD points for this. You get 2 weapon blueprints for this that are actually very good weapon blueprints. However, if you're not willing to spend the COD points, I'm going to show you just how to make these out of the base weapons, because there isn't really any, as we said, heavy cosmetic changes to the weapon, which is really what I look for when I look at blueprints. So let's go ahead now, take one last look at the M13, and we'll go ahead and just jump to a local game, and I'll show you how to build this, and we'll look at the differences. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If we back out to a custom game where I have this pre-built along with the Magnum. So here we have the M13 with all the attachments that it comes with the blueprint Cold Forge. So here you can see, just off the top, you can notice some of the differences with the select fire and the magazine release. It does not have, with the blueprint itself, it does have some red camouflage or some red paint on there. You also have the difference with the magazine, and obviously the finish to the weapon isn't that Cold Forge steel, and you just don't have the Union Jack or any other symbols on there. Those are the only differences. Overall, cosmetically, as we said, it's the exact same weapon. There's no other changes besides really the magazine. So at base, what does this weapon have? Again, it has the Tempest Cyclone. So with this one, the pros being sound suppression and bullet velocity, the con being ADS speed. And again, this is an integral suppressor for the weapon, so you don't have a muzzle option now that you have a adjusted barrel length with an integral suppressor on the weapon. Next up, the blueprint comes with the optic for the Cronin LP945 Mini Reflex. This is just, again, very optional attachment for this. This attachment, the sight actually works really well, just a standard red dot for a precision sight picture. Again, the cons being that there is a little bit of added weight to the weapon. It is going to affect your ADS speed slightly. If we back out to the stock, now the blueprint itself comes with the FSS close quarters stock, so this is going to assist you with your ADS speed, the con being the aiming stability. Then the blueprint doesn't come with a perk or a rear grip. It does, however, come with the 300 blackout 30-round mag. So this is going to assist you with the pros being damage at range with no visible tracers and no enemy skulls. The cons being bullet velocity and bullet recoil. So again, you have that heavier round. It is going to kick a little bit more, and you can see aesthetically and cosmetically the changes to the magazine here being the FSS versus with the black, what looks like a black magazine with a red almost rubber band, the 300 subsonic on there, just a red base, plastic base around the magazine. So the difference is there. With the blueprint, we saw the black tape instead, and a little bit different cosmetic changes to the magazine as well. And then those are the 4 attachments that come with the weapon. Now, I would recommend, and you'll see in the gameplay where I am using this build, I would recommend a grip. Primarily, I would recommend the Ranger foregrip. This is the best grip, in my opinion. It's going to assist you with your recoil control as well as aiming stability. The cons being aim walk and movement speed, and aim down sight speed. But again, this is going to really help you with that recoil that you're going to get from the 300 blackout rounds, being that it is a heavier round. Your recoil is going to be up. Now, you'll see on screen when we jump into it that I compare the recoil without the grip on there, just so you can take a look at the recoil, and then the gameplay I am using the Ranger 4 grip on there, and you can see it's basically a laser. It's a very good weapon. I think these are really good base attachments for the weapon, and I would highly recommend them. Whether you have these unlocked or not, you can go ahead and get that blueprint. But if you have the attachments, I would just build it like we see here. Now, the 357 Magnum that comes with this, we jump into this, you'll see this in the gameplay. Also, I built this. Cosmetically, you can see the changes. Again, different finish. You don't have the red on the handguard, or excuse me, the pistol grip. You don't have the red paint on there as well, and really no Union Jack, and as well as we're missing some writing, but no major cosmetic changes. Again, this comes with the 5 milliwatt laser for hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed. Laser is visible to enemies only when you're aiming at the hip. If you're sprinting or ADSing, the laser is not visible. Next up, so the 3 attachments that come with this, so you have 2 other slots if you need them. So it comes with the ammunition being snake shot. So the pros for this are damage radius and damage range. So this is buckshot filled shells. So you'll notice you basically have a shotgun here, and you'll see me use it a lot in the gameplay, and it will put people down usually with 1 shot. And then trigger action, we just have that lightweight trigger to assist us with our fire rate, and the cons being aiming stability. So again, you can pop off those rounds really fast with that buckshot filled ammo that we're carrying here with the snake shot. So this is the final design for the pistol blueprint that comes with it for the 357 Magnum. And overall, I think not major cosmetic changes to these weapons. You can see, just again, one more time, we'll look at our base M13 here, and then if we jump back out to the blueprint for the Cold Forged, we will go ahead and take a look at this. So British Metal is the pack, 1,000 COD points, and here's the Cold Forged. So again, the only differences is that Cold Forged steel design or finish to the weapon as far as the camo goes. You can see the differences to the 300 blackout magazine. The magazine itself is the same. It just has the different red on there for Imperatorium, as well as black, what looks like electrical tape this time instead of what we saw with the red on the base magazine. Overall, it's just a shinier M13. Again, we see a little bit of red color there where you would disconnect. You can see there where you would disconnect the upper from the lower, and also with your select fire switches. So that's the only differences with this weapon. I'll go ahead and just show you gameplay of me using the design that I built here instead of purchasing it. And you can see it handles really well. I'm using that Ranger 4 grip on there just to help with the recoil control because of those 300 blackout rounds. And again, the recoil is heavily mitigated with that Ranger 4 grip, and you really don't have to compensate at all. You can let this thing rip and barely control it, and it's still going to go pretty much on target with very little to no muzzle climb. So very good weapon overall. If you don't have the attachments unlocked for the M13, this is a good buy for you, I would say, at 1,000 COD points. However, it is 2 times XP, 2 times tier boost, as well as 2 times weapon XP. So I would grind while you have the time at the end of Season 1 to unlock these and use these attachments if you don't have them already, instead of buying it. Unless you're someone that really likes the finish to this, I think it is pretty aesthetically pleasing, a nice looking weapon, but again, no real major cosmetic changes to the weapon. So I wouldn't recommend buying it unless you need the attachments. But let me know what you guys think down below of the Cold Forge blueprint for the M13. Do you think this is worth the 1,000 COD points? It's just around $10. And do you use the M13 with these particular attachments? Let me know what kind of attachments you use on the M13. We've been covering that weapon a lot on the channel lately, the past week or two since the buff. And overall, I do think it is still a very good weapon, but not quite the competitor with the M4 or even the Kilo 141. But it definitely does have its place if you change up your playstyle a little bit. You can see in the gameplay that I've posted in the video links down below where we've covered the M13 that you can usually outplay anybody if you're just cautious about how you're playing. And the only time you're really going to lose in gunfights is if you're going head-to-head with an M4 for the most part, or maybe even a Kilo in some situations. But a very good weapon. I highly recommend the M13. Give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what you guys are looking for Season 2. We did the Season 2 wish list on the channel the other week, and then we covered what attachments we want to see, weapons, as well as blueprints for Season 2 and beyond. So let me know what you guys think of that, what you want to see coming into Season 2. We're just, I believe, 4 short days away here, launching on Tuesday the 11th. So We'll be covering that on the channel. We should be seeing hopefully some more leaks coming up, or some releases, teasers coming up over the weekend here, or definitely by Monday. I would assume that Infinity Ward and Activision is going to let out some hints of what else is to come besides Ghost, who is confirmed at this point. Whether or not he's going to be a launch operator or not is yet to be determined, but Ghost will be part of Season 2 at some point. So let me know down below what you guys think, what you think of this blueprint, and then again, what kind of weapons you want to see coming to Modern Warfare in Season 2, and even beyond, what attachments, as well as different type of blueprints. So again, for me, blueprints, I want to see heavy cosmetic changes to the weapon, and this doesn't really give me that, which is why I wouldn't really spend the money on it personally. But again, I think it is a pretty nice looking weapon. But for me, I'm looking for heavy changes to the weapon. And in that Season 2 wish list, we went over things for the AK-47, given a blueprint for the FSB Alpha AK-74. And again, that's a AK variant used by FSB Spetsnaz, and a very nice looking weapon. So we covered that, as well as something like a G36, given it a blueprint for the XM8, since they're basically internally the same weapon. A little bit of size differences with parts. That uses this, the XM8 uses the same gas block as the G36, as well as other internal components. So I think it would be really cool to see a heavy cosmetic change for a blueprint of the Holger 26 and turn it into an XM8. And I think stuff like that is what would be really cool going forward. I'm really excited. They did a good job with Season 1, and I'm really excited to see what happens with Season 2 and what kind of blueprints and bundles we get right off the bat, as well as in the battle stream. So I'm really looking forward to that. 4 short days away here, and then we'll be able to get our hands on that. So again, let me know down below what you guys think. Check out the links in the description for social media, as well as Discord is down there as well. If you want to get a hold of me on any of those, is the best way. Also, I do try to read all the comments and reply to everything I can here on YouTube. So if I don't reply, usually I will read it and give it a like and a heart. But again, keep commenting and try and get a hold of me on the other links below if you have something that you want to get a hold of me for urgently. And again, until next time, Buffer Gaming, out.